In this video, I'm going to talk about and give you three very simple steps that helped me go from practically someone who was a social recluse or someone who spent most of their time holding a phone to someone who relatively got into social communities very easily, to someone who had so many friends that I literally had to start ignoring. Like, this is going to sound toxic, but I had to start ignoring them. I had to make it clear to them that I did not want like an overt attention from them. Basically, that's what I went from. Like, I went from being at having zero good friends to having so many friends that I literally had to give them signals for them to stop wanting to socialize with me, because I'm currently at this phase that I wanted time to allocate to different things which are currently my priorities. That is the level that I got to, and I'm going to give you very three simple steps that I did. First of all is that you need to get into this mindset of being an initiator. That's basically that you do not wait for anyone. You do not wait for things to come to you. You go towards things and you make things. You are responsible for those things. And let me tell you that this one skill is going to be very useful, not only in just making good friends, but it's also going to be very useful just in general, just in your life. Because when you get to be this initiator, people are going to look up to you. People are going to look up to you as a leader. You're going to be the leader. You're responsible for making things. You're responsible for making things happen and creating. That's absolutely the trait of a leader. So yes, whilst it's going to make you anxious at first, and you're also going to wonder that whilst you're starting all of these things, you're approaching people and you're trying to make things happen, just invite people to things. To give you a very practical example, I'll try to demonstrate this to you in a way that I used to look at it. Before, I used to hesitate before texting anyone, before approaching anyone, and it was some, like, I realized that it was part of my ego. It told me that, oh, I'm not desperate, I'm not this or that, I'm not going to go out and approach or try to make things happen, even be it for any reason, be it a friend, be it anyone. To me, in my mind, it was like a sign of inferiority. But it took me a little bit of maturity, and it took me a little bit of desperation to have friends, to realize that you literally have to be the initiator. And it's always the initiators who have a lot of good friendships, a lot of good bonds. They are in good communities. They are the people with very great networks, and these people leverage those networks to get in good places all around in life. You can take favors. You can, I'm not like uh, I'm not out here in your endorsing manipulating people, but I'm saying that this is the kind of advantage that you have from doing this. Become and adopt the mindset of an initiator. Number one, this is very important, and you need to learn how to do this. And your relationships and your friendships are going to absolutely change and take a turn for 360 once you start to adapt this mindset. So you need to be an initiator. Second, you need to adapt one more mindset. The number two mindset that you need to adopt is basically that you need to drop your expectations. You do not want to go to people or go to anyone really and have this expectation that, oh, I'm going to get from them, oh, I'm going to get friendship from them, oh, I'm going to get love from them, oh, they are going to accept me, and oh, it's going to feel all so good. You are going to have to do things by dropping an expectation. Without an expectation, you're going to have to go there expecting even the worst. And you're going to have to think or look at it more from an perspective of what you can give there, what you can contribute towards, rather than you being focused on like what they can give you. And you know that mindset shift that this uh, thing allows you to have, just this focus on dropping your expectations, it's massive. You drop this desperate energy, or you drop this leech of an energy, because think of it from your perspective. If someone comes to you desperate, someone wants something from you, you're going to sense it, right? And they're desperate about it, and you very well know that it sort of gives you power, it gives you power over them, and it makes you even feel pity for them. So is that the position that you want to be in? I reckon if you have any self respect, you do not. And if you want to actually have great bonds, you drop this. You stop looking at friendships, or you stop looking or approaching people with the mindset that you are going to get something from them. You approach them just for the sake of it, just for the fun of it, just without expecting success. In general, you're going to fail a lot of times. You need to expect that failure, and soon you'll realize that you're not failing all that often, and people are not so bad, despite what your mind might brainwash you into thinking, especially in this generation where we're closed off and where we have social media at our access 24/7. There's some serious chance that you will have a lot of toxic narratives instilled in your mind by a lot of toxic people on social media, because the loud majority excel in social media. I'm not one of them, by the way. I'm not even excelling on social media. Anyways, the third point, now that I've told you the first and the second point, the first one, just to remind you, is that you need to be the initiator. The second one, just to recap, is that you need to drop expectations whenever you go out in front of people. You need to be as neutral, you need to expect failure even, and in the process you're going to find that great things happen. The third one, which is that you need to just, what was the third one again? I completely have forgotten that third one. Just give me a second to recall the third biggest step that you can implement in your life to make friends. The third tip was that you need to, what was the third tip? Okay, the third tip being that you need to get out of your head. This is true for 99% of people. 99% of people, everyone, all of us are stuck in our heads. This is what was true for myself. I know it was a very significant objection that I had to overcome in becoming more social. This is the number one problem that I had, was that I was too much in my head before every social interaction, before interacting with anyone, before saying anything. I used to think of it too much, to the point that it was almost obsessive, and it gave me, more often than not, just stillness. It enforced my over intellectualization, enforced me to not even take action, and as a result I never used to interact with anyone. That is the number one thing you need to avoid, and you need to realize that, yeah, your mind is going to completely tell you to do things, or it's going to give you the worst possibility. In all situations, you're going to have your mind push you, or even like constantly hammer this thought into you that, oh, this is not going to work out, oh, they're going to think of you negatively. But this is something that you need to just accept, that everyone has it. And trust me, nobody is remembering the kind of interaction you have beyond a few days. Like, they're not looking at they're not over, like, in a way, they're not obsessed over the kind of things that you're saying to them, or the kind of interactions you're having, or they're not obsessed over your failures, or your whatever bad might happen, because they have their own selves to worry about. So you need to keep this in mind, and you need to absolutely get out of your head. So yeah, practically these are the three most important steps that you need to take to going from someone who's completely a social recluse or someone who wants friendships to going to be someone who actually manages to get lots of friends around, lots of people uh, enjoying or be enjoying being around him. So yeah, this is practically all you need to keep in your mind, and this is what you need to implement. And the number one bonus step that I'm going to give you now for the people who stayed in this video, it's that in this new age of social media can be an absolute weapon. So you need to utilize this for your friendships, for all the people worried about or just concerned about where you can find friendships. Social media can be a place to find great friendships in this day and age. There's so many social apps. There's Reddit, there's Discord, and there's all the other popular ones. Instagram, I wouldn't recommend Snapchat, but Instagram, just because I've never had anything from Snapchat. But Instagram, these three applications can absolutely help you so much to get, like, you can just get into communities, the kind of interests that you have, and you can find people who share your interests, and that's just as simple. And you can find easy friends on there, and you can practice your social skills, practice conversation, practice having friends, practice having a community. You can have an actual community there. So yeah, while it is obviously harder to find real connections over the internet, because you need to be careful. There's the internet can be a place for absolute toxicity, so you need to filter. But yeah, I can promise you that in this day and age, if you're not utilizing social media to make friendships or find communities that interest you, you're absolutely losing out. And that is also the one of the major things that you can do, which will successfully help you get to a spot where you can make a lot of friends. And in fact, for me personally, social media has been the number one tool that has helped me make friendships. I've made better friends online than I've managed to make in real life. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'd advise you that you implement these steps, because these are 100% things which are going to completely change the direction of how you approach friendships. And apart from that, if you like this video and like the kind of advice that I'm giving you, I want you to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll have more content coming just exactly for this I don't even know what kind of content I have coming, but yeah,